entire year of whole brain teaching, I want to know, would you prefer whole brain teaching all the time in your classes going forward, or would you like to return back to traditional teaching?
Well, I would have whole brain teaching all the time because whole brain teaching has made me more energetic because when we did regular teaching, all I would do was like mope around and fall asleep. But whole brain teaching, it makes me wide awake, energetic, and it helps me remember stuff more. Be- in the beginning of the year, when you introduced whole brain teaching to me, I thought it was just going to be some silly thing that all you do is like say class. But when you went through it thoroughly, I started thinking to myself, what was I thinking? It's awesome.
Christina, after a whole year of whole brain teaching, would you want to go back to the traditional way of teaching in future years?
No, I would like to stay with whole brain teaching because um, at first, in fourth grade, in math, I wasn't really good. I got C's in math because I felt like I didn't focus enough, and it was just something that like boring teaching. But with whole brain teaching, like I had to pay attention. It was not something I couldn't do. Because you had to be in constant moving, you had to do class yes and everything, and so yeah, I wish like every teachers in sixth grade and the schools I went to, every teacher did whole brain teaching.
Pradip, after a whole year of whole brain teaching, would you prefer to go back to the traditional way of teaching next year, or would you like to continue whole brain teaching?
I like to continue whole brain teaching because when I came here, I didn't even understand anything. But this year, when I did whole brain teaching, I understand a whole lot of things. Uh, I think it's part of podcast. Something it helped me understand lot of things, and we do a lot of movements and gestures.
Which whole brain teaching technique would you say helped you the most this year?
I would say I would say the because clapper helped me the most because it helps me realize if my quotes or my sayings are really bad or like good enough that or strong evidence that helps me prove that what I'm saying is right.
So you've gone through a whole year of whole brain teaching, and I want to know what technique helped you the most this year?
I think the technique that helped me the most this whole year is gesturing because I remember a lot of the things I've learned from the beginning of the year to now because the motor cortex in my brain, remembering all the moves and the sayings, it helps me remember how to do those things even if it's been a very long time. And for example, one of those things that I sometimes forget how to do is exponents. So whenever I have some exponents problems, I just do the gestures and whisper to myself, and then I remember.
So you two are partners in Teach OK. And it was funny, you were partners in the beginning of the year, and now you're partners again at the end of the year. I want you to tell me the importance of Teach OK and how it helps you. Whoever first.
Well, Miss Cruz, it is important to do Teach OK because Teach OK helps you, like, you're repeating what your teacher had already said. It's like you're storing stuff in your memory to build dendrites.
Oh, yes.
So, it is very important to, like, get that packed in your mind, so that's why we do Teach OK.
I think Teach OK uses a lot of my motor cortex because usually we're always gesturing and gesturing really helps me remember because then I can every step I do I have it in movements. And I think it also uses my visual cortex because I'm looking right at my partner while she's repeating what my teacher said.
Which power picks from the year do you remember the most? Pick one that you just always remember and has helped you the most.
The topic that helped me the most for the beginning of the school year to the end was a factor, because it's like you're moving around, like half exercise and half learning too, because you're saying it again and again.
Can you tell me what a factor is?
A factor is a number that can be multiplied by another number to get a product. To get a product.
Ken, which Power Pick was your favorite, and which gesture that went along with it?
My favorite Power Pick is rounding because whenever I round and do the gestures, it helps me remember all the steps.
Can you show me what rounding looks like?
How do you round? The first step is underline the rounding digit. The second step is look to the right. If the number is 5 or higher, add 1 to the rounding digit. If the number is less than 5, leave the rounding digit alone. Step 3. Change the numbers to the right into 0. If it's a decimal, remix. If it's a decimal, drop the numbers to the right. If it's a decimal, drop the numbers to the right.
Jenny, you were one of my most improved writers this year. What do you think helped your writing improve so much?
The thing that helped me improve my writing is that because of me listening other good writer. Well, mostly it's because of the Mirrors with Word. Because when we do Mirrors with Word, I repeat somebody else's writing and it stay in my brain, and then to stay in my brain, I gesture a lot.
What else has helped with your writing?
It's well, also one other thing that helped me in my writing is that simile. Simile also helped me a lot in my writing. It taught me how to compare thing to another thing by just using the word as and like. Yes.
So it made your writing.
It made my writing more like fancier and stylish.
Which is your favorite, and why?
My favorite Power Pick will be in math. It will be division, because it's go by step, like exactly the way it tell you how exactly you do it. It teach you how exactly you do it and how exactly you get the right answer.
Can you show me how to divide?
Yeah. How do you divide? Dirty monkey smell bad. What dirty monkey smell bad? What dirty monkey smell bad? Break it down. D is for divide. M is for multiply. S is for subtract. And D is for divide. And then you do it all over. Bring is for bring down. And you do it all over again. What? And you do it all over again. Yeah.